Hello, I am Lorraine Watry, the NWS President. It is my pleasure to welcome everyone to the 2024 National Watercolor Society's Member Exhibition Virtual Reception. I would like to start today by introducing our NWS board members, some of whom are here today. Judy Saltzman, Vice President, Website. Diane Chincherik, Secretary. Phyllis Schmedeke, Treasurer. Connie Hendricks, Membership Director. Annie Strack, Exhibition Director. Carrie Waller, Awards Director. Gabriel Stockton, Publicity Director. Lana Cease, Education Director. And Will Bullis, Newsletter Director. We are going to start with some housekeeping today, and I would like to ask Judy Saltzman to speak about the International Open Exhibition. Judy?
Okay, great. To have everyone here today to view the exquisite members exhibition. And I'm also excited to share information about the upcoming NWS 104th International Open Exhibition. While the members exhibition is presented virtually, the National Watercolor Society 104th will take place in person at the NWS Gallery in San Pedro, California. It holds significant importance as acceptance serves as a qualifier toward earning your NWS signature, master, and gold master status, prestigious recognition in the watercolor community. Our NWS Awards Director, Carrie Weller, will share information about the generous and exciting awards. Entry for the National Watercolor Society Open Exhibition is now open through May 31st, noon Pacific time. Submissions are facilitated through Call for Entry, aka Cafe. Your esteemed panel of jurors of selection include Kiko Tanabe, Marianne Beckwith, and Joanna Barnum. The judge of awards is Gordon McLaughlin. All the necessary information and prospectus can be found on the NWS website. Members are entitled to a special $25 discount, and the code can easily be found on the members only section of the website. The exhibition director, Annie Strack, and her team are available to assist you, but I strongly urge you not to procrastinate and to thoroughly read the prospectus. Ensuring fairness to all artists, every submission is carefully reviewed for the date of creation, originality, proper cropping, and marked for sale. If you have questions, please contact Annie. I look forward to seeing your next masterpiece, and thank you for your unwavering support of NWS.
Thank you, Judy. Now, Carrie Waller, our awards director, will entice you to enter the IOE with some awards information.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I am Carrie Waller. I'm the awards director. I just wanted to thank you all for being here today and encourage you to enter. Just like Judy said, it's a great opportunity. We have over $41,000 in prizes. So it's a really great exhibit to enter. Not only that, it's our international exhibit. And we encourage everyone, even first timers, there's a first time exhibitor award, and you probably received some donation request emails from me. So I thank everyone that has already donated, and without your donations, this wouldn't be possible. So thank you so much. And if you haven't had a chance and you would like to, please think about donating. There's awards that go to, like we said, the first time, the signature members, associate members, and a plethora of other awards. So I just encourage you to check that out and contribute if you can. But thank you, and please enter.
Thanks so much, Carrie. The artwork chosen by our esteemed juror, Larry Moore, showcases the incredible talent of our members. This exhibition includes longtime members and new members. All membership levels from Gold Master and Master to Signature and Associate members are represented. It encompasses artwork from 9 countries and 32 states. Next, we will play the 2024 NWS Member Exhibition video, and then juror Larry Moore will join us live to give his comments on the award-winning paintings. right. I want to say a special thank you to Stephanie Goldman, past president, for assisting me in creating the exhibition video. And I would now like to introduce the 2024 NWS Member Exhibition Juror and Judge of Awards, Larry Moore. Larry Moore is an artist, creative coach, and instructor. He has a diverse background as a visual communicator in advertising and design, fine art, plein air, and illustration. Larry has worked in almost every medium and style and feels the creative process behind all of these approaches is pretty much the same. As an instructor, Larry gives people a way to access their creative spirit and broaden not just the way they paint, but the way they think and play. Larry has won multiple awards in plein air, including Best in Show, and he has won a gold medal with the Society of Illustrators. He has had paintings in many museum exhibitions, including the Society of Illustrators Museum in New York, the Orlando Museum of Art in Florida, and the Laguna Museum of Art in California, among others. Larry has had articles in many magazines, including American Art Collector, International Artist, and Plein Air magazine. Larry is the author of the book, Fishing for Elephants, Insights and Exercises to Inspire Authentic Creativity. Welcome, Larry. We are honored to have you as the 2024 Exhibition Juror and Judge of Awards.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. It was an honor.
Thank you. And an excellent exhibition that you've chosen.
Yeah, and that was only the top 100.
Yes.
I just want to remind people out there, whoever's watching, there's 10 times that many in this show. So,
it was an amazing entry period.
Yeah, it was a Herculean task, to say the least.
All right. So I am going to just mention about our awards right quick, and then we will get started, and Larry will give his comments on the top awards, or on the 10 awards. There are 10 awards in the exhibition. The ScholARTship Award was created to connect artists together. A master watercolorist has volunteered to award a ScholARTship recipient in the form of a portfolio review, a mentorship, education, or a critique chosen by the donor. This is considered by many as a highly valuable award, giving the recipient access to communication and mentorship that might otherwise take years to achieve. The other 9 awards are named in honor of the service of 9 NWS past presidents. As a group, these past presidents helped NWS, along with their boards, to promote watercolor and the NWS membership. Many of these presidents were masters of the watercolor medium and achieved success with museum exhibitions, awards, solo shows, art and watercolor instruction, and book authorship. And now the first award goes to Dina Altman, Associate. It's Contagious, NWS ScholARTship Award, donor Matthew Bird, NWS.
Can I say stuff?
Yes, please.
Okay. I really love this painting. It's really hard to stylize the figure in this manner. It's not caricature. It's kind of in the camp of, say, Lucian Freud or Egon Schiele or Tom Sarbenton or anyone who is bending the figure, and it's hard to maintain both the style, but also the sense of form. And then, of course, it's a very happy piece. But I didn't award it because it's a happy piece. I awarded it because it's a really interesting take, and it's fresh, and I haven't seen a lot like it. So I'm looking forward to seeing what she does with her scholarship. Good job, Dina.
Awesome. Next. Karen Barnes, NWS, Crystal Clear, the Ruth Rossman Award, NWS President Emeritus, 1975.
So you probably noticed in the top 100, there's a lot of really tightly rendered work, which has made it very hard for me to pick. And I wanted to be careful about awarding a range of work for the top 10 so that all forms of expression are honored. There's some abstract work in there. There's some figurative work in there. There's some landscape. I'm trying to get the broad range. And this is one of those pieces where, when I'm looking at tightly rendered stuff, if I'm choosing between, say, 10 or 12 tightly rendered pieces, I'm looking at the details. I mean, I zoomed in on every painting and checked out every little chunk. And one of the things that that cut crystal is just insane. But one of the things that really told me that this person knows what they're doing is the type, the numbers on the dial, that kind of attention to detail really, it sells the work, and it's across the board a really strong piece of interesting composition, a lot of work. My hat's off to you. I don't know how many hours, 100 hours maybe, who knows? Good job,
Wonderful.
Karen.
Next. Okay, Mark Bird, NWS, The Shambles, York, England. Phil Dyke Award, NWS President Emeritus, 1938.
This piece works not only as a well-crafted painting, but also it has a kind of unique character and stylistic approach. It's not, it's intentionally sort of imperfectly drawn, in I think in a wonderful way, like that sort of wonky angle on the building to the left. And maybe it was that way, I don't know, but I can tell just by the way everything else is crafted that was on purpose, and even the decisions of how nicely rendered the signage is. But beyond that, the design of the piece I think is really interesting. It's a dominantly sort of middle value painting with just two main key light zones, and in the sky, and that little ribbon of a lighter building tone that comes down. So I thought that was a very interesting compositional choice. And it's one of those, all the pieces in the top 10 are hitting all the cylinders, not just technical ability, but continuity of intent and design. Some unusual design concepts really rose to the top, and then of course narrative. So we'll see more of that in a minute. Good job,
All
Mark.
right. Next. Sally Cooper, NWS, Unbound, Edgar Ewing Award, NWS President Emeritus, 1954.
As I said, I wanted in the top 10 and certainly in the top 100, I wanted a broad range, but represented. And so there were several abstract pieces, and it was practically a toss-up between them. But I teach abstract. I teach the principles of design. I teach abstraction from nature. And what we look for in abstract work is excellent mark making, variation, which is in all forms of creative expression, which means that marks aren't just gratuitously placed. They all have their own unique character. It's a solid design structure. My eye moves through it. Eye flow is like number one, the hierarchy in the painting. I can tell that this person obviously knows what they're doing, and they know how to handle the medium. So liked it a ton, obviously, because it's in the top 10. Congratulations, Sally.
Great, thanks. Next. Mark McDermott, NWS, Garlic, Einhar Hansen Award, NWS President Emeritus, 1940.
This is one of those paintings that I wish you could all zoom in on if there's an opportunity at some point. There were, as I mentioned, a lot of nicely rendered pieces, but this one had this overall tonal quality like a mezzotint photo from the 30s or something. And as I zoomed in on it, I saw that there was kind of an unusual way of building tone and building layers in this sort of the way they layered the colors, I found very, very interesting and compelling. And it's just a beautiful overall piece. It has the quality you can't quite put a name to, even though the subject matter really isn't the thing. It's how Mark handled the medium above anything else. So it's beautifully done, like a posterized quality. I loved it.
All right, Andy Evanson, NWS, After Fish and Chips, Robert Hallett Award, NWS President Emeritus, 1998.
It's funny, in going through the the 1,000 paintings, the first thing I did was a blink run, which is what I call it. And I just scanned through, just pour through them all. And there are only two artists whose work I recognized right off the bat. I don't know Andy personally, but I do know his work. And I know his work because he has a very identifiable way of composing. He has an identifiable content. I know that most, if not all of his work is done on site. And, you know, he's just a crack composer of structure and value, and he knows how to move the eye. And I love the whole warm, cool interface, and he's using both value and hue to move your eye through the space, and it feels fresh, but it feels effortless at the same time. So, you know, what can I say? Good job, Andy.
Next. Karen Mai, NWS Power Nap, Bonice Collins Turner Award, NWS President Emeritus, 1989.
There were several pieces, and I also, for those of you listening, there were pieces that were in and out of the top 10. Every time I added another piece, I had to reconsider the top 10. So there's, I wanted a lot of figurative pieces in here, but I didn't want it to dominate. And there were a lot of great figurative pieces. So if you saw some in the top 100 and you wonder, why didn't that one get in? It might have gone in, and then I had to move it out because of some other choices I made. This one is one of those things that is technically really good, obviously, but not in just the drawing, but in the way the values are handled, and the edges of things. The hard, soft edges give us kind of a sense of depth, the sort of push-pull feel. How not everything is over-explained. Some things are suggested because, in effect, I think this painting represents a thing that I see in Sargent's work, which is he painted the way the eye sees. He directs your eye to the important stuff, and everything else is a suggestion or a gesture. I also found it really compelling that it feels like a black and white painting, but it isn't. There's all these little subtle hints of blues and warm tones. And above all else, it's a narrative. You know, I saw a lot of great figurative work, and some of it had a narrative component, and some of it was just great figurative work. But this one tells a story, and I think that is a huge plus. So congratulations, Karen.
Next. Ji Guo, NWS Master, White Moths, Stephanie Goldman Award, NWS President, Past President, 2022-2023.
This is one of those paintings that just was solid 10s across the board, and in technical ability and the concept behind it. This sort of this fantastical arrangement, and it reminded me of so many. It reminded me of Shakespeare, you know, in a sense, but like Ophelia or something. And the value structure in this, handling that dark background and keeping it consistently dark, so that this very pale figure rises to the top. The inclusion of these sort of moth-like ads are just, it's very narrative. It's beautifully done, flawlessly done. By the way, for those of you, you know, also looking through the show, some figurative pieces were really good. Everyone in the top 100 is very good, but some pieces I would look at, okay, to pick one over another, I would look at things like toes and fingers and eyeballs. So that if you can get the figure right, you got to nail the rest of it too. So this is one of those paintings, just all the boxes got ticked off. So congratulations on this amazing piece of work.
Caitlin Laline Hatch, Associate, Attunement, Phyllis Saltzman Award, NWS President Emeritus, 1990.
Yeah, this is one of those paintings that you just know right off the bat, this person knows the medium intimately, knows drawing intimately. There's nowhere to hide with this painting. There's no way to cover up a mistake. It feels like a one-shot deal. You either get it right, or you don't. Most of all, beyond the drawing, because there's a lot of great drawing, it was the handling of the medium, the creating of the soft edges that, you know, as the watercolors know, you have to let the medium do its job. And sometimes it doesn't do the right job, but in this case, she handled it perfectly. And just an elegant use of space. I love how the main just fades into the white of the paper, the handling of the edges, the draftsmanship. It feels effortless, but it's the result of thousands and thousands of hours of of hard work, and it's beautiful. I'd hang that one in my house easily. Congratulations, Caitlin.
And finally, the painting by Angus McEwen, NWS, Old Desk, Richard Haynes Award, NWS President Emeritus, 1950.
Again, obviously they're all amazing paintings, and this one, there was a lot of rendered work. And so what I would do is I would compare all the really rendered stuff and look for unusual approaches or something that was interesting beyond the fact that they could render. And so I zoomed in on every painting that was being considered. And this one, the technique in this one is really, really amazing. And there's a great use of some spattering, but it's not overwrought with that. It's buried in there. You can't even see it on the screen now. You have to zoom in and look at it. But the way this whole compositionally, the way it's handled, the distribution of dark and light, the positioning of all the pieces, the drawing is flawless. The technique is unusual, but you have to look at it with a microscope practically to see it. But yeah, Angus, top notch, needless to say.
All right. Thank you, Larry. I appreciate you taking the time to explain your process and decisions and enlightening commentary with your expertise in selecting an exciting example of contemporary water media.
Thank you. I had to take a week off after this one.
All right. So I had mentioned if you have any comments, and I see one, and it says from Andy Evenson, thanks, Larry, greatly appreciated. And if there are any other comments, if you want to quickly put them in, you're welcome to, but I will go ahead and move on. My sincere thanks to the hardworking exhibition team, Annie Strack, Kim Gronhag, April Rempo, Connie Hendricks, and Judy Saltzman, and to the entire NWS Board of Directors, whose diligent work on behalf of the membership make this exhibition a success. The exhibition video is available for viewing on our NWS YouTube channel at NWS Stream, and the online sales gallery is available at nwsexhibitions.com. Both of these links can be found on our website. Finally, congratulations to all of the award winners and all of the artists in 2024 NWS member exhibition.